you've got a fresh homemade batch of barbecue sauce. Now, what are you gonna do with it? All right, now, hopefully you followed my recipe up here on how to make that barbecue sauce, so you got the flavors right, tastes just the way you want it. All right, so now what are you gonna do with it? Well, you got a few options. You can follow my other recipe up here and make some nice, delicious barbecue wings, or you can make some delicious barbecue pulled pork or pulled chicken, which we will get into in a later video. But today I want to talk ribs. I want to talk baby back spare ribs. Unfortunately, living in an apartment, I don't have access to a grill. I mean, I do have a balcony, but I can't really put a grill out there. Or can I? I'll have to look into that. But what are you going to do if you don't have a grill? So we're going to turn to the trusty old crock pot, slow cooker, to make some slow cooker barbecue baby back spare ribs. Do remember that you do need to start cooking this ahead of time. It does take time in the slow cooker. Again, 6 to 8 hours. Right, so enough talking from me. Let's get over there and let's make some delicious barbecued spare ribs in the slow cooker. All right, so here I've got some nice delicious beef ribs. Now these are frozen ribs. In China, they tend to like ribs a bit smaller, cut like this. If you go to the butcher, you can ask for the long, full-size ribs, but more often than not, you will get shorter ribs like this, which works just fine. Actually, this is much more useful in a slow cooker, as you can stack more of them along the side. It gets a bit difficult with long ribs. So, delicious, meaty, good fat content beef ribs. I'm gonna start off with, as usual, just a little bit of olive oil. Just give the seasoning something to stick to. We're going to dry rub these first, before we add the sauce in the slow cooker. So focusing on the meaty side. Let's get a nice even coat of oil. And go in with your seasonings. So, as usual, fresh black pepper, remember, always fresh ground if you have it. Some black pepper, go with some red pepper, or paprika if you have it. Both okay. You can also use chili powder, just to add a little bit of spice. Now, because our barbecue sauce is made with brown sugar, I'm going to go ahead and not rub these with brown sugar, because there's enough in the sauce. Normally, I do like a little sweeter barbecue, so I would rub them with brown sugar. But like I said, our recipe does not call for that. Then just a little bit of vinegar. You get that nice vinegary bite. Right, so we've got the ribs nice and seasoned with spices, a little olive oil, and some vinegar. Now let's get them in the slow cooker and then add our sauce. I've got the actual pot from our slow cooker here. Then go ahead and take the ribs and make sure you place them, the meat side, against the edge. Put the meaty side against the wall of the crock pot. Now see, this is why I do like these smaller sliced cut up. This is why I do like these smaller ribs from the Chinese markets, because they stack nicely along the sides like this. It's very helpful. You know, build up a little fort. Right. Making sure to keep the meat side pressed against the walls of the slow cooker. pile them on. If they fall off, you know, it's going to be okay. But try and keep them up on the sides as much as you can. In fact, two little guys, just gonna stick them on the bottom, no problem. So, once you got your ribs into the slow cooker, you can go ahead with your delicious homemade barbecue sauce that we made, hopefully following my recipe from earlier. And then just gonna pour on slowly and just let it fall down over the ribs. Again, if you didn't see my earlier video, check the link at the top, at the beginning of this video, and it will take you to my barbecue sauce recipe. That is so good. Take your brush and just make sure you try and get things coated. All right, you want to evenly coat everything if possible. Ooh, stay up there. Get everything as evenly coated as possible so everything gets flavored. Now, of course, since we're going to be eating the meaty side, you want to turn it over. You want to get the sauce on the other side. Now, I realize in hindsight that I could have done this first before putting them in. So, when you do this, remember to do this. Put the sauce on the meat side first before you put them against the wall. But it's fine. We learn as we go, right? I have done this before, trust me. But yeah, it'll be fine. So here we've got our trusty old crock pot. She's seen some mileage. Still works. Now I love a crock pot. I use it for so many recipes. Place your ribs inside. So once you've got your ribs placed in, you go ahead and turn it on to low. Put on the lid and go to work. Walk away. Do whatever you want. Come back periodically every couple hours to check on it if you can. If not, no worries. That's what's great about the slow cooker, right? You don't have to pay any attention to it. So let that cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. And hopefully by the time you come home from work, you'll have a nice, delicious, homemade. So we're about 2 hours in and cooking on low. Check our progress. Oh, you can see they've fallen off the wall, which is fine. Now the sauce is starting to pour on the bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of water. Just go in and mix it up. Try and scrape some of this off the side because that is all flavor. Get that mixed in as best we can. You can see it's already starting to fall off the bone in only a few hours. Again, if you are cooking this while you're at home, you can come in and check on it. That's great. If not, don't worry, it'll be fine. Cooking on its own while you're at work. That's what a slow cooker does. Try and keep them on the side if you can, but again, it doesn't. They'll still be tender and delicious. So put your lid back on and continue what you were doing. So apparently my girlfriend's crock pot has 3 settings, low, medium, high. Whereas mine is warming, low, and high. So I turned this on medium thinking it was low. But anyway, so it's only been about 4 hours. Let's see. Oh, the smell is amazing. Let's go and pick one up. You can see they're already starting to fall off the bone just from touching. Look at that. the actual meat side. Beautiful. Soft, tender. Let's plate these and try them out. And there you have beautiful, sticky, tender, moist, slow cooker ribs. See some of them are already fallen off the bone, as you can see. Smells delicious, looks amazing. Ooh, let's taste them. Now, the all-important taste test. Let's find one here. You can see how delicious that looks. Mmm. Mmm. You can see right off the bone, nothing left. Tender, moist, delicious. Not too spicy, not too sweet. Turned out perfect. So let me know in the comments below how this recipe works out for you. Enjoy.